Hello and welcome to yet another episode of Halo Forever, where I am on my journey in inviting a guest over to hang out and play Halo with me every level until hopefully we reach Halo Infinite. Of course, today I am joined by the lovely component of Borderland Entertainment. Oh my god, see, you prepped me for this and then I messed up, but it's Ace of GreenRiver. How you doing? I knew I was going to nail it.
I'm good. Mr. GreenRiver's good.
Yes.
Mr. GreenRiver, I'm good, man. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
I'm glad that you're here. It has been too long since the last time we've talked and done some stuff together. So thank you for joining me on my journey through Halo, which I'm about to ask you all about your history in just a moment.
Oh, I'm so ready for it.
Yeah. Of course, we are now on Halo Regret. We're continuing on the Master Chief's story as he gears up and tries to destroy or figure out what's going on Delta Halo. So we're going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to go ahead and just...
Good level.
Yes. So we've gone through the first part, which obviously is all the Master Chief, like leading into like getting into the teleported at one point. And then now we're back on Master Chief, figuring out what's going on. So I'm going to go ahead and put my two favorite skulls on, the extra dialogue and, of course, the Grunt Birthday skull.
That's 100%. You have to play with those on every single time.
Yeah. Whenever you have them available, you must play them. So, and here we go. Well, going ahead, starting our journey, launching the game.
So giddy.
Yes. And you, so have you dabbled with the PC version yet so far?
I have not. I went to download it and then I saw it was like 200 gigs and I'm like, you know what? Yeah. I can't with that. I've got it on my Xboxes. I'll just play it there.
Yeah.
But I used to play on PC back when there was the Vista version of Halo 2.
Really? Ooh.
Yes. And then fun fact with the first Halo, when I was back in high school, I hacked the computers in our school and downloaded Halo Combat Evolved for the PC on the server of the school, so you could play it on any PC in the school. We'd have giant like LAN parties, and then we got in a lot of trouble. But it was so much fun.
It sounds like a lot of trouble.
That's the bet.
That is awesome. Yeah, the closest thing I think we ever got to was I think someone downloaded. I think it was Doom. I think Doom was probably the coolest thing. Yeah, that you could probably play on the PCs at high school. So.
Yeah.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, shout out to the Computer Science Club for teaching me things that I probably should not have known as a high schooler. Shout out to Mr. Hughes for making that a thing, making us play Myst, and then never yelling at me when I would play Halo when I had nothing else to do.
No, see, sounds like you actually had the good science computer department. Ours was like, hey, play Math Blaster again. Or, hey, play Typing of the Dead.
Blaster.
You know, Typing of the Dead was probably the cooler part,
Dude,
but
yes.
But Math Blaster all day, every day, I'm like, all right, you're not actually teaching us anything. You just want us to be placents for 30 minutes, however long this this phase was. I'm like, all right, fine. It's like 20 minutes till lunch. I'll do some math equations.
And we only ever played those like that. If it was like we're getting close to lunch or like we all got our work done.
Yeah.
And like the thing is, we always had to play games that would like test us. So the fact that I was able to get Halo on the computers, like he's like, hey, so that's a test enough. So you're allowed to play that because you did the legwork.
No, for sure.
I'm not that smart anymore, though.
No, of course. Neither am I. I will never be able to pull that off. Of course, the first cutscene done by Blur Studios.
I've never played the anniversary yet.
Oh, really?
So I have not seen these.
You're on the keyboard and mouse, right?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know what button's set for you to change the graphics, but you can go in your settings. You can set it. And you should take a look at it.
Oh my gosh. Blur Studios is so talented. This is amazing.
Yeah. I think you can I do it live? I can do it live and you can change it back and forth right now. And it's definitely night and day.
I'm going to have to Google the button so I don't skip the cutscene. I don't trust myself.
All right. Well, I'm going to edit from right here. We were getting a little scared there. Hopefully we'll see how the performance goes on forward, but Otherwise, how you doing, buddy? How have you been today?
Good. Super busy, but really good.
Let's see.
Yeah. Ooh, hit that chop. Oh, I for sure will die right now.
Let's see. How's the performance? Still good?
Yeah, still good.
Okay, good.
It got a little choppy when I was getting hit by that elite. So, we'll see. I think when it gets hectic,
Yeah.
that's when it starts like
Starts
chugging.
getting a little chugging. Okay, we'll see. We'll keep continuing. So Asa, tell me the story of the legend, the gaming legend. Tell me what the story behind your gamer tag.
All right, so here's the story behind my gamer tag. When I started playing on Xbox Live, and it's a long story, not really, but so my name originally was Asa the Man.
Okay.
And shout out to my oldest brother. We signed up Xbox Live with his credit card, and he lives in California, so that communication sometimes was lacking when like he would switch his credit card. So there was a time where I was like, okay, this is taking way too long. I want to keep playing online. So then I made another account. I made another email, I made another account, and that was King Ace Nanica. And by this point, we're on the 360. Ace Nanica's my real name.
Ah, okay.
And
I thought that was like a sweet like '90s remix of like, yo, this is Ace Nanica, DJ Ace Nanica up in this piece.
no, that's just one of those cool Native American names.
Fucking dope as hell, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. It was really hard for teachers to say in school, as we were talking about school like before the show got started. And then it was one of those things where I couldn't figure out the credit card stuff because I had used like a prepaid credit card, and we couldn't figure out which one it was because like my parents didn't have like a regular credit card. I sure as heck didn't have one. I also don't remember where to go. I feel like
Hold on. I found it here. I'll lead you. I'll
Okay.
lead you to there.
now I feel like a fake fan.
No,
but
trust me. Muscle memory be damned. There are certain levels in Halo that you learn. They're like, all right, they just copied and pasted this area and it looks exactly the same. Like, so don't put it too hard to yourself. You're like, wait a minute, I've been through here, right? And I was like, no, they copied and pasted.
I found it. But yeah, so got another credit card, made another account, and I was like, all right, what do I want it to be? So at this time, like King Ace Nanica, played a ton of games on there, played a lot of Xbox Live games, and I felt like I was really good. I feel like that was like some of the heydays of playing online where I felt adequate. And so I had a lot of hubris, and I was like, you know what? I am the gaming legend. I'm the best. I'm just the best. And so then I made that account. And do I regret it? No, because I still feel like I'm the best. I just am the best in a certain period of time because I'm definitely not anymore.
Well, there you go. I love the confidence. I of course, I had a similar story when in terms of the credit card situation, but it actually had to do with years later, I believe on the 360 era. So Duncan D was my gamer tag. Oh man, I murdered that hunter like nobody's business. Duncan D was my gamer tag for many, many years on the original Xbox, leading into I think 360. But I did not create the email for that account. Sadly, that email, of course, honors goes to my mother, which was like SBC Global of some sort, and I did not have access to that. So Duncan D died on the vine. Sadly, he passed away. He's no longer exists. X Duncan D X though came back to life when I discovered emails, and begging for credit card information down the road. Really, all I needed was the email created. I could change the credit card, so that is fine. Oh, we got to go on this bridge. Damn, this level's actually not that long. I don't think. Is it this?
Yeah.
Is this? We have to go on this bridge, or is this bridge coming up?
That bridge is coming to us.
Okay, that's right.
And then I know eventually we'll have to like switch bridges.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. But that's awesome that you've gone through many iterations of your legend, your history, and then landed on. I'm just the gaming legend. Nobody can top that.
That's it.
What is your history with Halo? How did you get into it? How did you get into Xbox?
Yeah. So Halo is actually the reason I bought an Xbox. I spent like an entire summer and part of a school year working, cleaning out basements, cleaning out garages, raking yards and doing all the good stuff to save up money to buy my own Xbox. And what ended up happening was I found one at a like small mom and pop shop and bought it. Like I think I got like 4 or 5 games. So I got Fusion Frenzy, I got Halo.
Nice.
I think the other one was called like Road Rash. It was like the racing game where you were running.
Yeah.
And then I got Blinks, Time Sweeper. So I got those 4 games, but really I bought it for Halo because I think I was like actually going to buy like a PS2 when I went to the mom and pop shop, and then they had an Xbox on display, and I was like, oh my gosh, like this is the Mac Daddy, because like this is at a time where like the internet like really isn't around.
Yeah.
And you had to have a magazine subscription to like learn about what was coming up in gaming, and so I hadn't really learned too much about it. So saw it, fell in love with it, bought that Xbox, and I got so like you had there's 2 versions of Halo Combat Evolved. One that the demo that's on it is Fusion Frenzy, and the other one, the demo that's on it is Brute Force.
Yes, that's the one.
And the one that I got was the one with Brute Force, and I love Brute Force. Probably because of that fact. It's so much fun.
There we go, right?
And I never looked back. I've been a huge Halo fan ever since. Midnight release, every single one.
Nice.
Collector's editions, collector's consoles for them. Like, spent exorbitant amounts of money just getting everything that I could Halo. Like, I just could not get enough.
When I was going to ask, were you always playing the game solo, or were you doing straight multiplayer co-op?
So I did do some co-op. I had 2 younger sisters, and they didn't necessarily care about Halo a ton.
Sure.
And also, my parents they just didn't want them killing. They knew that I was a lost cause, and they couldn't fix me, right? So whenever I got them to play with me, we either had to go to Blood Gulch. Oh, we got push button?
Yeah, I think I saw it last time. Here, I got it. I'll find it.
I think it might be on the other side. Yeah, there it is. Yeah. So we had to go to Blood Gulch and just do races. Or, I would sneak and we'd play team deathmatch, or we would play co-op, and I'd say, all right, you can't say I killed them. You say I got them. I got the back. I got them.
Got it.
So they would play with me sometimes. Also, again, I'm in that day and age, especially with Halo 1, where I'm packing up my Xbox, my TV, my controllers and everything, and I'm going to a friend's house, and we're having massive LAN parties. So
awesome.
We had huge multiplayer nights. I ended up getting pretty good. I played kind of semi-professionally with Halo 2. I would go to
and see if I have to press this button. You were playing.
It's probably that button and then jump over. Yeah, so I would do these MLG qualifiers in the Columbus area, and there would be prize money, but then I wouldn't be allowed to do any of the traveling. So if there was a traveling tournament, not happening. So I was just kind of stuck, which sucked, but at least I knew that I was good enough to make $200. Are we moving?
Yeah, so that's moving away, and I think we're moving forward.
Okay. Because it feels like we're standing still.
I think we're standing still, but that's going back. Let's see.
Oh, wait, no, it's getting closer.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's doing a parallax. Whatever your game developers decide, it's doing the thing,
It's doing the thing.
What was it that drew you to Halo in the first place?
Honestly, it was the exploration. It was that that level 2.
Yeah, level Halo.
Where you're coming out of the drop ship, and I was just immediately sold of you're walking out, you look up, and you're like, look, I can go to all of these places. This is an unknown world that I can just explore. And it felt like it was limitless. The lore and the guns and everything came later, but they were still just as important, just as exciting. But yeah, man, it was that first step out. I was so sold. I used to make my own, I'll say merch. I never sold it. I would just get blank T-shirts and permanent markers and make my own Halo clothes.
See, you were definitely more resourceful when it comes to like making things shit happen. Like in terms of getting the games that you want to play on your in your computer lab, and then making your own merch. Like I would have never thought about that as a kid. I'm like, oh shit, I fell down a hole.
I did too. I literally did too.
Oh,
that's the
damn
same
it.
hole. There's my body. We're together.
It says waiting to respond to. Oh, okay, cool, right here. That's fine. But that's awesome that you're resourceful enough to like love something so much. You're like, I'm gonna make T-shirts of it.
Yeah, and there was one that was like, I can kick your butt at Halo or something like that. I wanted to put, just in case my mom was listening, I wanted to put the A word, but I couldn't put the A word because I knew I would have gotten in trouble.
Yeah.
But that was the one that people liked the most. I never, like I said, I never sold them. I made some for my friends. But it was like regular text, but then Halo was in like the cool font.
Hell yeah.
And I'm pretty sure if I were to go to my parents' house and dig, that shirt is probably still there. Worn, grass stains, but looking fresh.
Here, I'm gonna go ahead and switch to the graphics real quick and just take a look at this. It definitely does not look like that. It is polygony, yeah, mountains versus now nice vistas and that beautiful water.
Whoa.
You done it? You fixed it? You figured it out?
I figured it out.
Yeah. Wild,
Wow.
right?
Yes.
I bring it up every time I do it, where our imagination fills in this.
Yes.
And then this is what, what they remastered thought would be right. And then this is what it originally was. And in my mind, it's this, the new graphics.
Yeah. The new graphics is what I saw, like when this game came out.
No, so good.
Man, I'm going to play in these old graphics. That
good.
feels so good to me.
It does still feel good, which is nice. And Halo 3, I can't wait to jump back in that because that's still, to this day, one of the prettiest games I've ever seen.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm excited to get back into that. I will say, though, I don't know. Okay, were you there during the beta days of Halo 3?
Yes.
So, like the Crackdown
that's
beta.
why I bought Crackdown.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So I swear, it's over here. I think you got to come around here.
Yep.
What was it? When you got that beta, the game looked different in my mind. To me, it felt brighter and more like how we have all these like ray tracing now. I feel like I had that then. Like in my mind, that's what I remember. And I do remember when Halo 3 officially came out, it definitely was toned down a bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I felt like it was like amped up for the beta. And I was like, this looks incredible for a 360 era.
Well, because there was what, like 2 or 3 maps? There was like Snowbound.
Yes. Yeah.
And shoot, now I can't remember the other one, but the one that like you would go up and it had like the gate. One team was asymmetrical. One team started by the water. The other team would be by the
Zanzibar?
gate. Not Zanzibar.
Not Zanzibar.
Shoot. It was very like, it was like Red Canyon type. Dang, that's gonna drive me nuts.
It's gonna drive
I feel
me
like
nuts.
it started with an H.
If you know, leave a comment down below and reveal how much of a silly we are for not remembering these old beta maps.
But like it was just those few maps, so I feel like with it being like that concentrated, they had a little bit more polish on it versus like you get the full game, like you say, and you've got everything that's in there, so it's a little bit dulled.
Mm-hmm.
Because I used to like before the Twitch days and before like you had like game recording and streaming, I would pop VHS tapes.
Really?
Into my TV and record myself playing video games.
That's awesome.
And go back and watch them and
it's like, oh man, look at this sweet kill at 30 minutes in.
Yeah. I was Twitch before Twitch.
That is hilarious. I was just actually in a lot of ways I got called up on a podcast because we had a question on Point in Progress about like what was our favorite toys growing up, and one of my favorite toys that I ever had was the Talk Boy from Home Alone 2. And they're like, why would you, what was the point of just a recorder? I'm like, well, I would do the same thing that Kevin McAllister would do, which is I would go in and go at the TV and record stuff. and then I would mix and match it. So I was editing back then, but I was editing audio clips, and I was mixing and doing movies. So the fact that you're saying
so wild.
doing something similar with tape, but imagine if you had like the double VCR and then you were actually editing the clips and like that would be sick if we were able to have the technology then.
Dude, I would
oh my god, that guy scared the crap out of me.
I would like record to a certain point and stop playing and then play another game. So like I would make my own little like montages of like multiplayer clips. So like I go back between like Call of Duty Big Red One and like some Halo and make these like really cool tapes and like bring them to my friend's house. We would just sit around and watch and be like, oh, look at that sick kill. Oh, that was awesome. And I remember I had like this one where like my video game nerddom went like real deep, where I would record on a VHS tape all of like the little like intros for a video game as you would like sit in the menu for too long.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then I accidentally taped over it one day with a marathon of Seventh Heaven.
I was not expecting that.
Right? Nobody ever is whenever I tell that story.
Good old Jessica Biel, Seventh Heaven.
Yeah.
Hey man, we gotta supply our tapes everywhere. I mean, I've definitely done that. I remember I used to have a tape that said The Scorpion King, and then like The Mummy Returns, whatever. And I did it in that order specifically. And I remember, I think I used that like to record WWCW or something like that. I think that's what I did. Were you a wrestling kid?
Yeah, I used to record matches all the time.
Oh man, that's awesome.
I recorded the majority of that Jeff Hardy Undertaker match.
Ah, okay.
And I used to watch it over and over again. Oh, it was so good.
Oh, this guy wants to kill me. Oh no.
And then the one night where Goldust died, I had that one recorded. I still don't know how they explained him coming back to life.
I mean, it reminds me back. I mean, this is sadly a sad story, but I remember where Vince McMahon's his limo blew up, and he was supposed to limo, and then the whole story was supposed to be he was dead, but then of course he had to come back the next week because to explain Chris Benoit. So hopefully they just sort of just like let's just drop the being dead part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, side note, there's a Chris Benoit, there's like a documentary about him. It's really good. I don't know if you've seen it.
I like the, I don't know if it's the same one, but the one I watched was the Dark Side of the Ring one.
Yes.
Yeah, that one was
oh
really
my
good.
Gosh. So good.
You see his son now, and he looks almost exactly like him, and it's just like wild. All right, come out here so we can properly murder you.
I know, seriously. I threw 4 plasma grenades, and it lived through all of them.
Yo, he did a flip when he died. That's awesome. All right, here we go. So you're definitely, obviously, you've always seemed like a creative person from even from the onset. Like, what drove you to start making content later in life?
So I've always wanted to make content. We had a school newspaper, and at the school newspaper, I was the games writer, the columnist there. I was not a great writer.
News?
Yeah, I was breaking news. So basically, I would sit in like a Kroger. I don't know if Kroger's like a national brand, but it's at least here in Ohio.
You know, it's like I'm trying to think. Is it more like a Walmart or more like a Costco?
Probably Costco,
where like you just buy things in bulk.
No, it's just like a grocery store that would have magazines and stuff too.
Okay.
So I would just sit in the magazine section and I would read all the video game magazines and then go to school the next day and then write stories about the stuff that I was reading. And I remember one time
citing sources, I assume, right?
Yeah. I would say, well, I never would like write down the person's name. I would just write down like, from Game Informer magazine, or like the there was just so many, like Game Pro and all these other ones. I'd write down cheat codes. I'd put that like in the game section.
That's cool.
So people, they knew what to do.
That's awesome.
And I still remember the 2 games that I ever gave a 10 out of 10. I gave Metal Gear Solid Twin Snakes a 10 out of 10.
Fuck yeah, you did.
And Wind Waker 10 out of 10. Those are the only games I ever gave 10s. Because I remember I saw Ryan McCaffrey's review. I believe it was Halo 2. He gave it a 9.7. And I was like, okay, I can kind of see where he's coming from. So I gave it a 9.8, just kind of being like that douche. But yeah, so like I've always wanted to do all that stuff. I did film in high school as well. And I was actually going to go to school for game design. Ended up switching for a high school girlfriend. That's a whole story. And so like fell off of content for a while. And obviously still consume content a ton. And then it was probably like, I don't know, like I made the jump in like 2016, 2017.
Yeah.
Of like, and that's like all due to like my wife, who's like, I need you to stop talking about it and just do it. You talk about doing stuff like this all the time, but never had the resources. And so I always viewed that as a barrier. Mm-hmm. And I was like, if I'm going to do something, it's going to be perfect. And I eventually just had to just do it.
Good murder.
And it wasn't great, but I did it.
I just watch you execute those guys.
The gaming legend's coming back in full form.
There you go. Coming back to life. Oh, come on. How did I miss that guy?
Oh, that was graphic.
Looks like Metal Gear 2. And so I'm glad you brought up Metal Gear in some aspects because I am sort of going through that renaissance for the first time right now.
Okay.
Where I currently have a copy of Metal Gear Solid 4.
Yeah.
Which I'm about to start. I tried to start it the other day, but I think there's something wrong with the way it installed. Again, PS3, whatever you guys decided to do to make that system work, very odd. Apparently, I have to like install this game specifically to work.
Dude, those cell processors,
right? So like,
they're not great.
Of course, you know, at the beginning of this game, I had no idea that it was going to start with commercials. Mm-hmm. But the thing is, my copy didn't start with commercials. It was just black screens. Nothing played. And I'm like, what's going on? So I thought I was in the Kojima Ruse Cruise. I'm like, all right, how am I supposed to get past this? Because some of the channels' names were even Hideo 1, Hideo 2. So I'm like, what's going on here? It wasn't until I looked up later. I was like, oh, there's something wrong. I'm supposed to be watching these videos.
Yeah.
So I'll hopefully get into it soon. I just finished Peace Walker.
Oh, what'd you think?
I mean, I love this. I really like the story a lot. I think for a mobile game, I mean, I would have loved it if I had the PSP. You know, if I had the PSP at the time, which I never did. I always stuck to like my guns to play like Nintendo, and it wasn't until like years later where I was like, wait a minute, maybe the PSP is kind of cool, or the Vita is pretty cool.
Yeah. I didn't like it when it first came out. I just didn't like the way it controlled.
Sure.
And so I gave it another go on the PS3, and then I liked it a lot better.
Yeah.
Like, because I got that. I got Portable Ops. I actually really liked Acid and Acid 2, just because I feel like it played better. I just was never a fan, even though I played my PSP to death, I was never a fan of the single joystick. It always made things really difficult.
Got it.
You know, I played all of Splinter Cell Essentials on the PSP, and that was probably the biggest, like, third-person game where you're controlling the camera and stuff that I did on my PSP, because I just really struggled with that, not having another thumbstick.
Oh, I got brutally murdered.
That might have been me.
That's fine. So that is fine. It adds to your legend, man.
Listen, I'm getting rid of the enemies. If you're in my way, I gotta do what I gotta do.
There you go.
Are you back yet?
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay.
I'm back, and I'm murdering this kid. All right, there we go. Ooh, and there's a rocket launcher. I'll take that.
You got the kid. Remember, we can't. We're not saying we kill.
That's right. We got the kid. That's right.
See, Janine, I'm sticking to my roots. We got them.
All right, there's the button. Oh, I think it's coming back to me. I know exactly what's going to pop up right now, and it's going to annoy the crap out of us.
I don't remember what it is.
Oh, well, you'll see.
Are we about to get swarmed?
We're about to get swarmed.
And I've got a sniper rifle and a sword.
There's a rocket launcher. Oh, I have a rocket launcher. Oh, there's a BR right next to you.
Okay.
There you go. Yeah, I get prepped for that.
I can hang with that. Wait, is there another soldier besides this one with a sniper? Because I like giving them snipers because they have like auto aim.
That's true.
All right, it's just the one dude. Actually, you know what? I'm going to give him a rocket launcher. Where's he?
Yeah, it says unlimited rocket launchers.
Yes. Yes, I'm sure about it, buddy. Get that spanker.
There you go. So one amazing thing that happened to both of us in the last year or so in this not so great time of the, I'm calling it the pandemic season of the last 2 years. But something amazing is that we were recognized for different things and have gotten to have chances that normally some of us might not have ever thought we would have, which of course is we both got to appear on IGN at certain points.
Yes.
And kind of funny. How was your experience, if you want to dive that in? First being asked all the way up to like being actually on the show.
Yeah, no, it was a fantastic experience.
No, we gotta jump back on the other side of bed.
Getting asked to be on was very surreal, and it was like it was nerve-wracking because like I said, like I've been in this space as a consumer for such a long time.
Yeah.
I remember when it was like PlayStation.IGN.com and Xbox.IGN, and I would like go to all the different sites, and so to like be on an IGN show after, consuming the content for so long, it was so surreal that like I had to like run to my wife and be like, pinch me, like, is this happening? Like, am I actually doing this? So and being on Beyond, like that is a show that has so much. I mean, it's hard to say that there's like one show because I love them all. But Beyond was the reason why I bought my PS3. And like that review of Infamous was like why I bought a PS3 and hearing them talk about it. So like to be on that show was very formative for me. And like, getting the chance to possibly be on more in the future is just like, it blows my mind that that's something that is going to happen, like that can happen. So, yeah, I still am in shock. And I oftentimes forget that happened. I'm like, oh, wait, that wasn't like a fever dream. That was like a real thing that happened.
Yeah.
I did that. Weird.
No, it's definitely a fun realization when that happens, that you're like when you're both in the call with your heroes and you're also trying to have a conversation with them, and it's not from the outside where like normally where I'm sitting would be where I'd be watching the content, but I'm actually interacting with the content. Like I had that weird sensation when I jumped on with Greg and Kevin, and it's funny because as we were doing the show, I was only watching the view where they had set up where we were in the little cubicles, like in the different things. So I was just watching that. I'm like, I'm just watching the show, but I'm on the show and just having a dialogue with a hero. So it's definitely a surreal feeling when you're like, I'm trying to think of it. I equated it to the Joker, which came out earlier that year, which of course was him being on the talk show and be like, this is exactly how I thought of it. Like, it's exactly how it felt. So for you to also have that experience, I was actually very happy. Both you and Kyle brought me so much joy because I was also rooting and trying to push that as much as possible on the internet when I could.
Yeah.
Oh, there's two of them. Fuck.
Yeah, and there are a bunch of elites behind us as well.
Oh, not fun.
Oh, I see these honor guards. I got them. Where are they at?
The one's on the right.
That's zoom in.
Murder.
All right, I got this one. You got the other one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, we get to kill the prophet on this one.
Yeah, we do actually. Yeah, we get to do some murder.
The punch. The punch of death. What about the Falcon punch him into oblivion?
Yeah, I'm going to watch. I'm going to make sure I get this on cord. Yeah, caught up to you. There
There we go.
There you go.
You have to do the old like sword trick where you like sword up to him and then grab onto him. All right, I'm dead. The honor guard got me. All right, I'm back.
All right. Oh yeah, I gotta go up front.
Yep.
And there it is.
There it is.
God, I have not seen this cutscene in forever.
I know. Oh wait, I gotta switch it back to the new. Holy crap! This is what it looks like.
Yeah.
How is this just not a movie on Paramount Plus or HBO Max?
I mean, if they were gonna do like stop doing Halo games and just do movies, they should have just blur studios, just do all the games and then throw them up on Paramount Plus. Then that sets you up for your show. But
just redo the games as a show on a streaming service.
Yeah.
And I will eat that up.
Yeah. I mean, they're doing it for Injustice. They're actually making Injustice into a film. So,
I saw that.
So that's cool. All right. And that is our level.
Wow. What a blast from the past. I love that. Thank you. Thank you for having me on, man. This is great.
Oh, of course. Of course. No, it's been a fun ride to take people that haven't played it in a while, who haven't actually jumped into the Master Chief Collection because it had so much problems early on, still does, or get to re-experience Halo for the first time again before Infinite. And so it has definitely been a fun ride inviting people on this journey. And I'm glad that you were part of it, Asa.
Dude, me too. I'm happy to be a part of this legacy, to be a part of the series as a whole. And it's going to be like the when they re-released The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings as a giant Blu-ray extended collection. It's going to be the entire Halo collection of your show on Blu-ray limited edition.
Pending any remastering of some audio problems we've had in the past.
I'm happy to be disc 20. This is great.
Exactly. Well, thank you so much for people watching and enjoying the show. Of course, hearing your feedback in the comments on Twitter, it's been absolutely a blast. And of course, you can leave those comments at youtube.com/thatmarrivera, where you can watch the show. Hit a like button, hit the subscribe button. It really helps to grow the channel, as well as gives me more motivation to keep going. And of course, you can also follow me at Point in Progress, where I do podcasts. We have multiple stuff going on there. I won't promote just one thing. Just go there. There's a bunch of stuff happening over there now.
Let's go.
So where can we find you on the net?
Yeah, so you can find me personally on Twitter at aGreenRiver07. You can also find like my content, which is Borderline Entertainment, on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, just the internet as a whole. Search Borderline Entertainment, and we're out there. You can also find me at takethis.org, which is a mental health org within the games industry, Feminist Frequency and the Games Harassment Hotline, and then also work with Waking Oni Games, and we have Unseen Master coming out this holiday, so you can go wishlist that game on Steam today, and check that out too. So yeah, I'm all over the place.
Fantastic. Again, thank you so much for being here. We have to start talking more. I know that my communication has been off because Twitter took down my account, as I keep recanting on here, #FreeMario.
Free Mario.
Or if everyone just wants to refollow the new account, so that way I don't have to build it up again, that'd be great. But until next time, let's finish this fight.